tell me I'm short, so do you mind if I stand in front of the podium?
Well, are you sure? Okay.
Let me get a milk crate for you.
Go ahead and stand.
All right.
37 to 22. That's the majority in the Senate next year. And while in real life that is amazing to me, I must say that for the purposes of this simulation, we need to be able to use our simulation to have a bipartisan, very active body for both parties. It is an educational experience, and we do model exactly what the Senate makeup is. However, I feel that we need to allow the Republican Party and the minority party to have a more active role when it comes to the Senate. One idea I have for this is to select vice chairs by a committee as a whole. Now, this isn't a very huge step in allowing the Republicans to have a leadership position, but it is a small step that will allow a possibility of a vice chair and a chair coming from two different parties and allowing them to work together in their committee and on the floor in order to have the best body we can have. When I came to MIG last year, I had a feeling. I had this rush of adrenaline. And that was the first time I walked onto the floor of the Senate. It's a beautiful body, and it... Now, when I got that adrenaline rush of walking onto the Senate, it made me feel so special that I was allowed to be in this organization, that I was able to participate like this and able to do what I did there. Debating in the Senate was a great feeling, and that's why I'd love to go back to it. The second rush I got was this year, and that was today in the House of Representatives when I was allowed to take the well for just one bill. Now, when I was allowed to take the well, that same rush came over me. Now, granted, it was the House and not the Senate. We always joke about which one's better, and by the way, it still is the Senate. So.
We all know that.
Now, what happened when I got to take that well was that same feeling came over me. And that's why I feel that I want to go back to the Senate. I want bipartisanship. I want a great simulation for everyone in the Senate and in MIG as a whole. And I feel that I work hard with the executive board in all facets to allow this next 30th simulation to be the best one we've ever had. I'd also like to work with the Speaker of the House for next year. What that'll allow us to do is to possibly bring over the impeachment that went over so well in the House this year. Now, it's hard to schedule that because the impeachment may end in the House. However, I'd like to work hard with the Speaker of the House to see if the Senate can get a taste of what the House did this year. Thank you.
Questions for Craig? Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. McFarland. Do you feel, based on what we heard here today, that you actually have a leg up over your opponent? And if there is a leg up, could you please explain?
Well, let me tell you something. Gyla and I are great friends. And we both come from Blackhawk College. We're both to be attending UIS next year. And what I can tell you is both of us are tremendous candidates. And I don't feel I have a leg up over her. What I do feel is that I have my own qualities, and I hope that people in this election will vote on the merits of the people they see before them.
Good. What are your thoughts on party line voting with the Democrats and the Republicans in the Senate?
I think that it's important on certain aspects. Depending on what bill comes up, party line voting is important. As I said, we are simulating government. So to promise you that I would never call party line voting, I can't promise that because that would be a lie. What I do feel, though, is that working together in a bipartisan way is the best way to do it, and votes of conscience are the best way to do that. Because there are different types of Democrats, there are different types of Republicans, fiscal conservatives, social conservatives, downstate Democrats, Chicago Democrats. So a vote of conscience is generally what I would prefer, but there are those votes where you must, I'm simulated just like real government, party line must be called, and I wouldn't be afraid to use that.
Yes, the gentleman right there. Yes, you.
I know government can become a long and tiresome thing. How would you motivate us, or whoever comes, as it goes on, to keep energy alive, to keep it from getting tiresome and everybody's like falling, you know, people coming in, you know, tourists coming in being like, oh wow, this is what government is, everybody's sleeping. How would you keep it alive and active and more energized?
Well, I think part of the sleeping aspect is the fact that you never get sleep at MIG. But what I will say is the bill selection is key, and that will allow for energetic bills to come up. Also, the way that you set the docket, if you put all the non-controversial or more boring bills all in a lump, and then you wait to do more controversial, more debate bills, that'll hurt the simulation, I feel. It's a really important thing to know how to set the docket properly and work with the bills that you have. And I know that that's my 3 questions. However, if anyone else has a question tonight, just come see me. Thank you.